Hey guys, this is Tomtrocity. Stellar Interface is going to be available on January 11th, but if you get a chance now and go to Nintendo's eShop or Nintendo.com, you get the game off 10% off before its release date. And you get to save, decent amount of change if you do that right now. This is not a paid ad or a paid sponsorship or anything that developers asked me to do. This is just something I wanted to throw on and tack onto the video. So, enjoy the Let's Play of Stellar Interface. What's up YouTube, Tomtrocity here, and welcome to Stellar Interface. We're going to do a Let's Play of Stellar Interface properly. No more of me waiting around, fooling around, talking about Stellar Interface for a whole year and a half, 2 years, and not doing anything about it. So you know that old video that I had right here? Gone. We're not dealing with that anymore. We're going to do a new playthrough of this. We're going to do it right, and we're going to do it with style. So, welcome to Stellar Interface. This is a spaceship roguelike shooter-like game where we space travel, we shoot around enemies, and we have a lot of fun. So, let me give you some prefaces on how we deal with this. So, there's different modes. There's the Endless mode, which we unlock after we beat Balley, but because I reset my stats, Endless is right there for right now. But we don't want to jump into that because there's not much to do in Endless. Stellar.net or StellarNet gives you your statistics and stats. As you can tell, I've been playing this game for about 5 hours and a minute. There is a guide on how to go through the game and how to navigate and all that, but I'll just explain as we go. Options, and then there's an about page. So the developers have Imagination Overflow, so do check out this game. They also have Super Bunny and Sudoku Zenkai. I think I've said that right. They do have some other software. Anyways, I'm getting over a cold, so I apologize. So right now you start with 2 ships. There are 10 ships in total, 5 that are going to be included in a future DLC. And each ship has their own RAM, health, mobility, and slots. RAM is important because it allows you to upgrade your ship with more weapons, or at least different weapon choices that will be more powerful as we go. And it just makes you stronger depending on the type of software you collect along the way. Health is important because you want to survive. Mobility is speed. And slots let you know how many slots you have for your weapon usage. So with Mole, there's only 2 shots. With Lotus, there's only 1 slot. Oh, no, 2 slots as well. And they have their consumable. Mole is the black hole, darker than the heart of mankind, and Tofu Delivery. Tofu Delivery for Lotus is basically just a speed perk. It's just a temporary boost to use the ship to speed around and dodge things. So this game relies on RNG, and there's RNG Lords. And I call them the RNG Lords. So you have your machine guns, you have your torpedoes, your blasters, your shotguns, your missiles, and your laser. Personally, I go with Nebraska. Nebraska is the toughest machine gun to start with early on in the game. Before we get ready to fight, there's controls. This is the Nintendo Switch version, which is coming out January 11th. You saw my promo part of the beginning of the video. It comes out within a few days, and you can get it off 10%. So after that, I'm not sure. There's also 3 missions, so we need to destroy 20 kamikazes, don't get damaged in 3 levels in a row, and destroy 6 enemies in a single level by random. These are pretty straightforward missions and they're pretty easy to deal with. So let's get right into it. Right now I have most of my sound effects turned off, so you can hear me damaging the enemy ships, but you're not going to hear me the rapid fire coming off the machine gun too much. So honestly, you're just going to hear me damaging them, aka destroying them in the background, and you get to hear the music. Because the soundtrack to this game is really freaking sweet. And because I play machine gun is kind of loud, kind of annoying, and kind of repetitive. Don't have to constantly fire it, but I like to destroy everything that's on my screen. That's just how I play, and that's just my preference overall. And then there's different formations as you go in each stage. There's a bar on top letting you know your progression for the stage. And once you have the bar completely full, you complete the stage and you get new software. Hacker gives you additional software you can have on top of already the 3 softwares we have. So if we choose Hacker, next stage starts. Now we have 4 software choices. Missile Digest and 1D. This is just damage increase if you use missiles and torpedoes only. And Gonzalez's Speed V1. Basically just a speed increase perk. I usually go with the speed increase perk. And this is basically it. This is the general idea of the game. You go through various selected stages, you go through different wave formations, you can upgrade your software, and most of it, if not all of it, is RNG. So you have to rely on the RNG lords to really give you good software and a good replayability run. It's a lot of trial and error, basically, but it's a lot of fun, like I said. So one of the mission types was to ram 6 enemies in a single level. I think we'll go do that after we get through this formation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, well, I messed up. I guess I did not have enough help to take care of 6. But this is a good segue. We completed a mission even though we got game over. So if you completed missions at the game over screen, you're still going to get your cartridge software. And because I completed the 3rd mission, which is the higher tier, I get a really good software at the end of it. So let's try that again, shall we? So I'm going to use Gonzalez's Speed 2, which now we have that installed as we go through the game. So we have new missions. Befriend 1 drone, don't destroy debris in 2 levels, destroy 6... Okay, so it's giving me the same 3rd mission again. It's not always that same mission, by the way. They are all RNG missions as well. Well, I destroyed debris. Oh well. But now I'm faster because I have that Gonzalez's Speed. And if you really want to know how you're doing stats-wise, you just pause the screen. It gives you everything you need to know. Your RAM, your health, mobility, your fire rate, your damage for your weapons, your missions. And if you scroll right over, it shows you what software is installed as the game starts. So if you had like 5 different software cards, you click them all on before you went and started a run, you go to your software, they're all there. So that's just something to keep in mind. Alright, so we're now back to the software page after the stage ended. So, Blend Weekly is just if you have mixed loadouts, this is going to optimize on your mixed loadout, damage-wise. Joy, Sylvester, or drones. They are your allies when you pick which one. Joy is going to heal you. Sylvester is like a secondary gunslinger with you, but he'll stay by your side. Bruce will follow you as well, but he'll go do his own thing and destroy all the enemies for you. So either drone is going to be on your side. But I'm going to pick Joy because Joy allows to heal me as we go. Merchants is another thing that's in this game. So when you go to a merchant, you get 4 additional RAM points that you didn't have when you first started. This also allows you to basically re-roll on your weapon choice. Now because I don't have enough RAM, I can't get this shotgun or this blaster. So I'll just stick to what I have. And I already befriended 1 drone, so I completed the first mission. So I still have 2 other missions to get through. And they're pretty easy to get to. So let's get to the next stage. And let's keep going on this run. Alright, so I got the 6 enemies. Now I just gotta be very careful. Let myself heal. Get rid of all these mines. Alright, so one thing I don't like in this game is the kamikazes. And they're kamikaze carriers. That's a carrier. He's got missiles that pretty much follow you. And it takes a lot of hits to destroy them. Once you do explode them, they explode into the kamikazes that go after you and try to kill you. They're now my favorite enemy ship, and neither are the landmine space drones. Those are the only 2 enemies I really hate in this game. Otherwise, everything else I pretty much fully enjoy. So, we already went through Missile Digest. There's also this bro fuel thing. Basically, you just become bigger and slower. And then Cannon Weekly Volume 1F, basically you increase your fire rate. I usually recommend, if you're going to go machine gun, you want to go with your most optimized damage and your fire rate as best as you can. Because, like I said, this is pretty much all RNG. One thing that's new about this second anniversary, there's new formations in Stellar Interface. That's one of them. Alright, now this is all a drone software list. We already have Joy. Jabba is basically a drone that's going to follow behind you that will release this like toxic gas. And we already know Sylvester, so I think we're going to pick Sylvester. Yeah, these are the drones I was talking about. The space drones that drop the space mines. They can also be a pain in the butt. And as you can tell, I'm going through these stages really quick. So now this is a really nice selection. You have Joy, which will give me 2 health drones. I have Can Weekly Volume 1, which will increase my damage because it's 1D instead of 1F. And we already talked about Gonzalez's speed, so I can increase my speed. I'm going to go with damage in this case. My speed is fine. I'd rather have an increased damage because when we get to Overlord in this run, which will be Balley, we want to be able to kick his ass. Not to mention, because we're going to get a factory stage, we want to be able to destroy the ships that are in the factory. Oh, I hate this formation. This is not a fun formation. They just come out every direction. Oh, great. You know what? Black hole. I'm sick of you kamikaze carriers. I'd rather deal with one than have to deal with 3 of them. This is not a bad formation, but I've seen its worst kind. So there's a formation that like this, but they'll spin around and release their toxic gas all over the place, which I think is not the hardest, but the most stirring kind of formation, because you gotta be able to have a lot of health, or at least a way to heal. If you don't have that, you're SOL. Social dronism. I almost want to say Dorism, but it's dronism. Basically, your friends get stronger. So if I pick that, my little Joy friend's going to give me 2 green strings, and Sylvester's going to have 2 shots instead of 1 shot. So we're going to go with that one. Alright, so the boss is here. But I like to go through the whole map, because I like to be explorer on Stellar Interface. So this is where I get my most enjoyable replayability. Now, I don't know which one's a factory. I'm going to say the one that's 71.5%, but I could be wrong. It could be the 53 or it could be the 66.7. So, one of these is going to be a factory. Let's be prepared, because when we pick one of them, we're going to go after Corvette. Okay, so no factory just yet. Okay, so that was not the drone stage. Let's see. Or not the drone stage, factory stage. So this has to be the factory. And we did unlock another stage down below. So, I don't know if I'm really strong enough for the factory just yet. So let's go to the other one that's lower in percentage. Yeah, so I think process elimination, this is the factory stage. So we're going to do the 2 other stages, and then we'll hop back to the factory. Alright, so we're going to do the factory, and then we're going to do the boss fight, which is Balley. Unfortunately, I could not do Debris Lover 2, so I'm not going to be able to get that mission complete. I will have at least first mission and third mission complete, so that'll give me at least 2 new software cartridges that I could use either for normal mode or for endless. But let's go get ourselves a nice Corvette. And also listen to that sweet sound tunes, known as Jupiter Remix. So the goal of factory stages is basically you have X amount of ships that you need to take out in order to claim that ship for our own use that we can use in newer runs. And each ship will have its own consumable, its own RAM amount, mobility, health, and software abilities too. Now, Mold didn't have anything, but you could have a ship that started software on hand that's not related to having software cartridges or anything like that. Like, it pre-installed software, basically. So, these ships can be very useful. My favorite ship out of the bunch is Everus. which everyone should know, but if you didn't know, it's that really triangular ship. I love it to death. I think I'm doing a lot. Yeah, I'm actually having an easier time versus the first time I tried to do this about a year ago. I also didn't have joy back then either, so I was unfortunately unlucky. Now, I could definitely complete a mission 2 if I paid attention to that each formation wave is going to have debris, but, well, it's too late for that. So there we go. We got Corvette unlocked. Now we just got to complete the stage so we can get some nice, sweet software. Now, if we have all the ships collected, and we're playing, and we come across the factory stage, then you'll fight your own ships. Because you're fighting your own ships, you'll basically get really nice software perk, and you get the golden scheme on basically a DLC that was released a little while ago called Golden Interface, which is coming to the Switch version, but they're redoing the DLC for the Switch version. And also, Xbox and Steam are getting revamped versions of it as well. Okay, out of all these, I could make my friends stronger. I could go with Lover's Cloak, which would put me basically invisible, so I could hide from enemy fire and need to heal. But we're just going against Balley at this point, which I can pretty much deck. And if I get Fool's double projectiles, I get 2 times more of the firing power. So I'd rather have that to go beat up Balley. And here we are, guys. The last boss that we need to do for this run. So let's go kick Balley's ass. This song's not that menacing. He's got 4 different attack types. So here he comes out. He'll shoot out his purple stuff, which just shoots at an angular tracking wow, I can't say momentum. So angular momentum is his purple shot. Now we get him to activate his yellow shot. It's basically like a homing attack, but it's not like immediate. You can pretty much dodge it. It'll come back after you though. So just basically I keep an eye on where that yellow dot's pretty much going. Its third attack will be a red one, which is like a red line of firing shots. And its final attack will become a wide open, jaw-dropping, just shooting out big balls of fire, basically. For lack of a better term. But we should be able to beat him, though. I'm pretty decked out. Just to show you guys all my software achievements. So that's pretty much what I had for software list. This is his final attack. But as soon as all the balls, at least the first ball reaches one side, or at least 2 of them, he'll go back to his regular attacks. But we can make quick work of him right now. And there we go. That's Stellar Interface in a nutshell. Let's reap in our rewards, which are Trojan Mule and VIN. VIN is basically a missile drone, and Trojan Mule basically, I get those 2 confused. Like, I get that one confused with Trojan Donkey, which just basically either locks up enemies or has enemies not fire at you. I forget which it is. And that's it. Congratulations. But another Overlord has risen. And we know who that is. That is Homer Mallow. But that's it for Stellar Interface, guys. And like I said, it's coming to the Switch in a few days. You can get it now for pre-purchase. Or if you wait till the 11th, it'll be available for $12.99. But if you get it now, it's 10% off. And like I said in the beginning of the video, the developers didn't ask me for this. This is not paid promotion. This is just me throwing it out there just because. I love this game. So, and I love the work that these guys have done. But anyhow, that's it for me, guys. Tomtrocity is going to sign off for now. My left hand fell asleep, which is weird. And I will be back for the next part I'm not going to leave you behind like I did last year. So we'll definitely come back and go beat up Mallow. So I'll see you guys later.